Hi Sag, welcome to your weekly reading. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. Let's talk about what today is going to look like for you guys. The card of the day is the Seven of Wands and the big challenge is the Ace of Swords. Okay. Breakthroughs are important. But boundaries are also a thing. This is how you're going to be feeling today, like very overwhelmed. I feel like today, like the whole world wants a piece of you. Your inbox is going to be overflowing. You're going to be like, yo, I need space. Also, you may feel a lack of support and somewhat attacked to a degree. You have the high ground today, Sagittarius. Be very clear with other people what you do and do not have time for. This challenges the Ace of Swords. Like, someone wants an answer and wants it now. Like you may want an answer and someone else may say to you, yo, you need to give me a minute here. Be prepared to be a little caught off guard. Shocking clarity is likely to happen today. Here's what you need to say to yourself on Monday. I am passionate and I am open. These mantras are important. I put my entire heart into the people and things that I believe in. So put your whole heart into it today, Sagittarius, but only into people and things that you truly believe in. My passion is a powerful force. Why, yes, it is. It is an eternal fuel. Also very true for you. I recognize the strength of my passion and therefore I am careful where I choose to focus it. I am passionate. Okay. It is hard for a mutable fire sign that's naturally dynamic to focus that shit in a single direction, right? You guys, it's not what are you doing, it's what are you not doing. You have your hands in like every pie on the table. Like you got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Spirit's saying today is not the day for that. You need to think very carefully about where you focus your passion and energy and why. You're being encouraged to do that only towards things and people that you believe in, okay? It might be hard to focus where you put all your energy and your passion today. You might be passionate about a lot of things. Spirit's saying today there can be only one. Focus is an issue. Also, I am open. Be vulnerable today, Sagittarius. This might be an issue for you. I notice that Sagittarians really like to focus on solutions. I don't like to talk too much about the problems, but that doesn't mean that you can't talk about your feelings, babe. Vulnerability is your strength, not your weakness. Be open, okay? My openness attracts those who are beneficial to my highest good. When I lean into my feelings, I am honoring my truth. When I communicate my feelings in a loving way, I am speaking my truth. I am open. Okay. And this is all about what the lunar energy of today is about with Aquarius and Pisces hitting us in our energy body, in our emotional chakra, and the way we express that. So be really open, be really raw, be really real. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. Unless, of course, you're dealing with people that want to take advantage of you, then you've got to be careful. But speak your truth in a loving way today and allow others to do that with you, Sagittarius, and try to focus. Okay, that's today. Let's just talk about the week, though, in general. Picked up a quick reading for you. It can apply to any part of your life. Again, check out the other messages I have for you on my other channel, Moon Body Libra. This is a week of gratitude and also forgiveness. The challenge for you will be your perspective. I'm hearing learn the song and sing along. The way you perceive things today is everything, Sag. And our perceptions are subjective, right? They change and they're very idiosyncratic and personal. So your perspective is important at this time. If you shift your perspective, there could really be forgiveness and a lot of gratitude. Focus on what you're grateful for right now. Focus and focus on forgiveness. What can you let go of at this time? When you let go and you shift your perspective, it's going to make more room in your heart for gratitude. That is very, very true. Also, as we're moving out of Leo season into Virgo season, y'all are very focused on the material plane. So was Aries. I'm interested to see what Leo will be focused on. It might be a fire sign thing. It might just be like as we're moving into Virgo season, we're starting to think more about the grounded earthiness of our 3D existence. A lot of people call that the matrix. You can call it what you want, but you still have to pay taxes, right? Like we're all being smacked with reality, especially the fire signs. Big focuses for you right now are the second house and the fourth house. The challenge is Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra. I'm a Libra. I'm a whole lot of Libra. It's about diplomacy and relationships. Things may feel very transactional for you right now. I love what this says. The energy is diplomatic and gracious, and it seeks harmony and balance in relationships. This is the catalyst for change, but it could also be a stumbling block or a challenge. So it is important to be very diplomatic and gracious. Make it very clear when you're talking to anybody or yourself about hearth and home and stability and money and finances and access to resources and all that, that you're being fair and diplomatic. And this will show up in your most significant partnerships at this time. Fourth house is about hearth and home, the roots of your being, family, mother, parents, children. That's stability. Also the second house, your assets, finances, and the things that you place value on. This is very Venetian. It's very Taurian, very Cancerian. Very much about hearth and home and grounded stability. The spiritual quality of the second house is our access to resources and our ability to make money and have things that are of value to us is in direct relation to how we see ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. The material plane is not something you can ignore right now. You might be thinking a lot about buying a car, buying a home, doing some work on the home. You're going to be looking at your money. You're going to be looking at what things are worth. That's all going to be very important, especially when it comes to relationships and the fairness happening in regards to money and hearth and home. So equal give and take is a thing, and laying it all on the table is going to be really important, in particular if you're in a partnership. And that has to do with work as well. Don't be afraid to have conversations with your boss about money in regards to housing, your stability, all of that. I just heard someone say, I don't want to tell my boss my private business. You don't have to. If you feel like you have to, get HR involved. They'll help you out. They should stick up for you. But you might have to talk to an employer or coworker about some stuff like that this week. So, recent past, 8 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and then 2 cards came out for the action, the 4 of Cups to the Queen of Cups. Well, something was terribly disappointing, but you knew you had to walk away from it. And it might have been difficult to walk away, but it's time to be grounded. It's time to be serious. It's time to take yourself very seriously with the King of Pentacles showing up. There might have been a water sign or an earth sign that you thought a lot about and you struggled to get off your mind. Some of you really, in the recent past, wanted to take a very grounded, serious, conservative approach. But you were really in your feels and you did a lot of emotional reevaluation. Some of you really struggled to stop thinking about a very emotional woman or this masculine, but you did agree in the past to put quite a bit behind you. You just might have done a lot of emotional reevaluation, like, oh, but I still care. Did I handle that right? That was then, but this is now. It's all going in a good direction. And I love this for you because 4 days ago when I read for you on Friday, I got the star and the sun. You're still in that energy. Bravo. I love it. So you're still in like this upswing. It's going to be an optimistic week. Almost a little too optimistic, but honestly, that's going to feel good for you. You guys you really rely on that feeling of it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine. I'm going to land on my feet. Things are going to get better. Don't let that go, Sag. That's the best part of who you are. Just don't be unrealistic. But I don't think you will be. I don't know. Leo and the sun coming out. Strong inner child, a little bit of a ding-a-ling, but happiness, creativity. There's no harm in that, right? It's better than the opposite, right? So this week, it's just a transitional time. No news is good news. Aquarian energy of the star. We had a full moon in Aquarius today, and it's going to impact us this week. Very innovative. If you realize you've hit a glass ceiling in some way, you're going to be more likely to break out of that. Radical thinking and solutions as well. Very hopeful, very optimistic week. I'm hearing you'll even be a little silly. Like, it's all going to be great. It's going to be great. No need to rush. I'm hopeful and I'm happy. You may really hold still and like reconnect to your dream, your higher purpose, your optimism. It's like recent, like something just might have hung you up in the past. Thinking about mother and father as well, an ex, a bit here and there. But I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I have no time for that. But in the near future, the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, and then the Seven of Cups. Okay, some conflict, loss, and change is going to be coming in the near future. They're telling me next week, next Tuesday, you may feel this way. A consciousness of lack, like it could be worse, but it's definitely not sexy. Not feeling great. Worried about money, maybe. Also, maybe feeling a little too proud to ask for some help. This will hurt your feelings. There's going to be some disappointment. Maybe bummed out. You may have regrets. You may feel like there's just this one person that you want to talk to about it, but you can't. You wish you could, but you can't. You may cry in your soup a little bit. You may cry over spilled milk a little bit. And you will feel somewhat overwhelmed. You have a lot of choices, but you need to take your time and choose carefully. Don't live in an illusion. You don't have all the time in the world. Okay. And I'm hearing that it's like has to do with like where you live. And some of you are like, you know what? I may have to sell something, or I have to refinance, or like I was optimistic and kind of silly about it, but now I'm like, you know, the King of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles. And if this archetype is influencing you, you will care a lot about stability and money. And this will feel a little bit more, that'll hurt a little bit more with that archetype influencing you, because the King of Pentacles wants to have its shit together. And the Queen of Cups is just a little moody and emotional. She wants to have her emotional shit together. And it's like, in the near future, like beginning of next week, you're going to have a lot of choices and you won't quite know what to do. Just stay grounded. Stay grounded. Be practical. We're going to be moving into Virgo season. We won't be able to help ourselves. Don't punish yourself, Sagittarius. That's not something you typically do too much of anyways. Here's what's happening in the environment this week. You have a person around you who's been kind of avoidant of you. They're also exhausted. I heard this person's avoiding exhaustion, and they are the Two of Pentacles. Well, this person's got too much on their plate. They also procrastinate in making a choice. They will offer you an apology. They may come back and say, I'm really sorry. You're the one. I really want you. I'm hearing this is like not a big deal. It's actually very surface level. Like if there's anyone you've been really hopeful to talk to, collaborate with, they're going to be like, I'm sorry. I thought I could clone myself and I couldn't. I'm kind of exhausted. I've been avoiding you for a reason because I'm just overwhelmed by other things. And I'm really sorry about that, but you're the one. Like I'm still really fixated on this and you. Someone like maybe that you thought didn't want to talk to you, didn't want to work with you. They're like, no, I just gave you the wrong impression. That's it. I just gave you the wrong impression. Also, I'm hearing a person avoids allowing themselves to feel feelings. They might be a little unnecessarily focused on you. I'm hearing you can accept this person's apology, but encourage their independence. Because here's what's going on with someone, and I'm okay, I'll tell them. I'm hearing it's like really surface level. It's no big deal. It's important, but it's like not this intense connection or anything like that. This person right now sees themselves as the Seven of Pentacles. Well, if they're older, they're thinking about retiring or they're just like, they're wanting something. They really want to reap this harvest, but they have to wait and be patient. They're a little nostalgic right now, and they're a little distracted by the past, maybe. Distracted by something that happened in the past with you. The way they feel right now about you is the Five of Wands. Okay, the two of you don't always see eye to eye. You both have a pretty strong ego and willpower as well. So there's a little bit of tug of war, but there is a desire to work things out. But this person's action is the Two of Pentacles. I'm also hearing that this person just is dealing with a lot of other people and a lot of other stuff right now. And then their action towards you is like, this person needs to make more room in their life. This person's trying to do two things at once. They drown out their emotions sometimes. They lack a playfulness at this time. And when I clarified, I was like, just tell me why. Tell me a little bit more why, Spirit. The Ten of Wands, they don't ask for help and they're overwhelmed. They're really anxious and they feel like they have to do something really quickly. Okay, this person's just... for the love of God, don't give them any caffeine. They'll just freak out. Like they don't need that. They're just a little overwhelmed. They're a little stressed. They're not managing their time super great right now. They're exhausted. They've been avoidant of things. They procrastinate. It's like, ay. They don't always see eye to eye with you, but with some diplomacy and gratitude and maybe a little bit of forgiveness, this could work out. It could work out. Someone's in survival mode too with Mars down here. So it's like nobody's really going to feel like they're thriving. It's like about surviving. But you can use survival energy in a good way to get where you need to go. You have to be realistic about that. Just be diplomatic and focus on assets and stability at this time. Okay, Sag, if you're overwhelmed and kind of bummed out and you were expecting someone to kind of do something with you, here's the catalyst, the Three of Pentacles. I also see the Three of Wands here, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Sagittarius, I do think someone wants to have like some kind of emotional or creative endeavor with you. There is quite a bit of commonality here. They do want to work with you. They're thinking about the future. They will cooperate. They will cooperate. This could be for romance and they're at a distance from you and they don't want to wait anymore and they're tired of discussing it in a committee. This person may want to make something happen really quickly with you. They just can't. So have perspective about that. Yep. And focus on the gratitude and groundedness on all the aspects of the material plane. All right, Sag, that's your daily and your weekly forecast over here. Again, I'm always listening to the universe for you, Sag. Take care. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.